Good evening once again. Welcome to the Athletics and Wellness Center, the campus of Earlham College, as we bring you Earlham women's basketball here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Great to have you with us. Final two games of the regular season. Even with the final two games and the Quakers losing 3 out of their last 4, they are still in a position to make it into the HCAC playoffs. 6 of the 10 teams will make it. We'll talk about that scenario coming up in just a couple of moments. They'll take on the Yellow Jackets of Defiance tonight, a team they beat earlier this year back on January 17th. Quakers won at 71-55. They held Defiance to just 27% shooting in that win. Defiance, they've lost 2 out of 3, so they're trying to rebound because they too are in a position to make it into the playoffs. So this is a huge game tonight for both these teams. Defiance coming off a loss to Transylvania, 95-58. When we come back on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show, we'll run down the scenario, what it looks like going into today's action and into Saturday, and what has to happen for the Quakers to make it into the playoffs. That's coming up next right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back them better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
We welcome you back here to the Athletics and Wellness Center as we get set for tonight's matchup. The last 2 games of the regular season, Quakers back home on Saturday. A reminder, that is a 1 o'clock tip-off time as they'll take on Mount St. Joe. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we can expect here in the next couple of days. Here's the standings going into tonight's action. Rose-Hulman is 16-0. They're going to win the conference. Transylvania is 13-3. Bluffton is 12-4. Hanover is 11-5. So between Transylvania, Bluffton, and Hanover, they're still fighting for the 2 through 4 seeds. In the number 5 seed right now, Mount St. Joe at 6-10, Franklin 6-10, and Manchester also at 6-10. Right behind those teams are Defiance and Earlham, both at 5-11. The Quakers are 0-1 against Mount St. Joe, a team that they'll play coming up on Saturday. They're 1-1 against Franklin, and they're 1-1 against Manchester. So those would come down to tiebreakers if the Quakers end up having the same record as Franklin and Manchester. And that would go as well with Defiance and Mount St. Joe. So a lot can happen between those games in the next few days. Here's what's going on tonight. Besides this game, Manchester plays at Bluffton. You would figure Bluffton will win that one. That'll give Manchester 11 losses on the season. Anderson is home against Rose. That game doesn't matter because Rose has already won. Anderson is out of it. And then you look at the Transylvania Franklin game tonight. Franklin 6-10, Transylvania 13-3. You would figure on paper this would be a win for Transylvania. The other game we're watching tonight, Mount St. Joe home against Hanover. Hanover 11-5, Mount St. Joe at 6-10. So again, if the math is correct and everything looks good on paper, you would figure that Hanover would beat Mount St. Joe in that contest. So that would take us to Saturday. Defiance, if the Quakers win tonight, we'll take the current records. They're 5-11. They'll be at Hanover, so the favorite there would be Hanover. Quakers would take on Mount St. Joe, as we said, a team that they lost earlier this year. But if Mount St. Joe loses tonight, the Quakers win tonight, those two teams tied, it would come down to that final game and perhaps a tiebreaker on Saturday. Transylvania hosting Anderson. That game won't matter other than Transylvania trying to get the final 2 wins and stay in the number 2 spot in the seeding. Franklin is at Bluffton. Franklin again, the favorite there would be Bluffton. Franklin would be 2 losses now between Transylvania and Bluffton. That would knock them out of the running. And then you have Rose at Manchester. And if Rose beats Manchester in that contest, Manchester also would fall behind the Quakers in the standings if Earlham wins tonight and they win again on Saturday. So it is very simple. If you want to get just a clear picture of what has to happen, all the Quakers have to do is win both games tonight, and then if the favorites win their contests and there are no upsets, Earlham could make it into the HCAC postseason. We'll find out. You take it one game at a time, and it all begins tonight against the Defiance Yellow Jackets. We'll come back. Starters are coming up in just a couple of moments. This has been the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shearer pregame show right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Greatest thing ever happened for Oscar Robertson. You learn to compete.
Basketball in Indiana has a special legacy. It starts with the coaches, develops with the fans, and ends with an amazing community support.
I think one of these days when you're done and you're retired and you kind of shelve that piece of your life, you can look back and be like, wow, that's really incredible.
To play in a state tournament, to be able to play in college, to be able to coach high school girls, and then to be able to see my son coach, basketball has been my life.
Any opportunity I got to play basketball, I played it. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I love doing, and still today I love the game.
And every time Dad put me in, I think as a freshman, sophomore, there was booing. And then the exciting turnaround that when I was a junior and senior, every time he took me out, he got booed. So those were fun times.
Basketball got me an education. Got me to be a worldly person as far as reading articles. Got me to be artistic and understand the cultures of the world, the ballet, the opera. It just opened up your whole mind and thoughts about things other than what you can reach out and touch.
Because I never dreamed of going to college, and basketball gave me the opportunity to not only go to college but play professional ball, and I've been around it my whole life. I'm 58 now, and I've been involved for a lot of years.
Where else can you walk around? I'm a 65-year-old man, and people say, George, oh, I remember you in '69 with your high school state championship team. I saw you at Butler. I mean, it's incredible. This is the only place here in Indiana that happens.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center as we get ready for tonight's matchup. Here is the starting lineup. Lauren Rogers is a 5'10" junior out of Munger, Michigan. She wears number 13. Shelby Stam is a 5'8" sophomore out of Bellevue, Ohio, wearing number 12. Number 40, Sam Irvin, 6'1" and a junior out of Bloomdale, Ohio. Irvin again wearing number 40. Brittany Osborne, a 5'7" senior out of Union City, Indiana. She gets the start tonight. She wears number 34. Whitney Schalk will also start 5' and a senior out of Bellevue, Ohio. She wears number 23. Quakers scheduled to go like this tonight. Cameron White, 5'6" and a sophomore, averaging about 5.7 points per game. Out of Louisville, Kentucky, she wears number 10. Also starting tonight for the Quakers, 5'11" and a senior out of Kodak, Tennessee, number 14, Mariah Flynn. 5'6" and a sophomore out of Plainfield, Indiana, wearing number 15 is Kendall Spears. 5'5" and a freshman out of Sacramento, California, number 30, Acacia Tennant. And 5'10" and a sophomore out of Newcastle, Indiana, averaging a team best 12.1 points per game, is Zoe Curtis. So again, White, Flynn, Spears, Tennant, and Curtis tonight for the Quakers. We mentioned the one change we thought would be a possibility tonight, Lauren Rogers getting the start for Makai White, who is not starting in tonight's matchup. They'll try to get a little more size in their lineup here tonight for the Yellow Jackets. So here we go. Final of the last two games of the regular season. Tip will be won by the Yellow Jackets, and we are underway here tonight. Yellow Jackets in their dark uniforms, Quakers in their home whites. Here's a three on the way, and right out of the chute, the bucket good by Ashley Lee. Lee, a 5'9" junior, in the starting lineup now for the Yellow Jackets. So they've gone with two different players in their starting lineup, and we will see a couple of changes, I would imagine, the rest of the way with those players coming off the bench. Curtis, the kick out to Flynn. Her three-pointer's up and good. Both teams off to a hard start here with three-pointers by Flynn, as well as Lee. By the way, Lee averaging 4.9 points per game. Ball dumped in the corner. Again, Defiance basketball. Here's Rogers. They'll reset it. 14 on the shot clock. Rogers looking for an opening. Good defense that time by Cameron White. They'll swing it around the perimeter on the left side. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Schalk. Schalk on the drive. Pull back jumper. That one rims in and out right at the 30-second shot clock buzzer. Here we go the other way. Quaker basketball. Earlham will work it now to White at the elbow. Tied at 3 here in the first couple of minutes. White on the drive, throws it up off the glass, missed it. And we have a jump ball as Zoe Curtis sneaking in there, tying up Shelby Stam. And it will stay with the Quakers, but they'll lose the possession arrow. That is the first of the ball game. 8:33 to go, opening quarter. Acacia Tennant will inbound the basketball. We'll have to kick it to White. Dangerous pass over the head of Stam. White to the wing, and they'll bring it back outside now to Spears. Spears gets to the high screen, bouncing, looking to get it inside. That'll be a kick basketball. Pass was intended for Zoe Curtis. And it was kicked by Sam Irvin, the 6'1 junior out of Bloomdale, Ohio, who's playing the post tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Defiance averaging 61.9 points per game, giving up 72. Quakers on the other side still struggling at times offensively, scoring only 55 per game, giving up nearly 66. Spears off the inbound, 19 on the shot clock. Spears will get it back in the corner. Three-pointer's no good. The tip, and right to Irvin. Here come the Yellow Jackets once again. That is Schalk. In the middle now to Irvin. Irvin, scoop shot off the glass, no good. And we have a rebounding foul, I do believe. That'll go against the Yellow Jackets. They'll get Schalk on the foul, so that'll be her first. At halftime, they'll be honoring the Earlham baseball team, the 2017 HCAC regular season and tournament champions. Went to the NCAA regional tournament. The favorites now to win again this year in the conference. Curtis, skip pass. Spears, back to Curtis. Pass a little bit high, second turnover now for the Quakers. Defiance in transition. They're going to attack hard, and on the drive is Shelby Stam. Ball will go out of bounds. We'll see here, 20 on the shot clock. Official looking back, and they put now the shot clock at 23 seconds. And again, Defiance will inbound the basketball on the baseline. Ball nearly thrown away, run down by Irvin, and here's where the Yellow Jackets set it up out front now to Whitney Schalk. Schalk, a senior, listed at 5 feet tall. Might be a little taller than that. Here's a baseline shot. That is good. As that one falls in is Shelby Stam. Stam getting her first two. The Quakers quickly back the other way. That's missed by Cameron White. And Yellow Jackets in transition again. 7:09 to go. That left-hand shot no good by Stam. Offensive rebound, Irvin, but then coming back in bounds with Stam. And that'll be a turnover for Defiance. Quakers make a change as White will come out into the ball game. For Earlham will be Amy Wiesner. Wiesner, 5'7" sophomore out of Columbus North High School. This is Wiesner with a basketball, gets the screen from Flynn. Throws it back to Flynn. Ball tipped momentarily by Rogers. And the Quakers have Spears. Curtis, nice cut by Wiesner. The pass a little bit out of her reach, and it goes out of bounds. And Earlham now with their third turnover. Earlham in their last contest against Rose, they were pretty much shut down in that contest, losing at 52-40 and committed 5 turnovers. There's a steal by Flynn at midcourt. Second turnover by Defiance. Quaker basketball to work it into the half court. Flynn. Here is Kendall Spears. Spears averaging almost 8 points per game. And that'll be Flynn behind the back dribble. Drives, and we've got a whistle and a foul, and that should be Whitney Schalk on the foul. If not, it's 22 Ashley Lee. Nope, it's going to be Lee, 22, not 23. So Lee for first, and at the line will be Mariah Flynn. Flynn had 13 points in the last contest these two teams got together. And Flynn off to a good start with 4 points here tonight. Into the ball game now for the Quakers is Kayla Bowling, the 5'5" freshman out of Jack Sandell High School in Osgood, Indiana. Second free throw is good. And this one is tied at 5 apiece. Quakers will go zone trap. This can give a lot of teams troubles as Lee gets it across the timeline. Went right to the area you don't go to. Against that zone trap. Wide open three on the way by Stam is good. So Stam comes back. Quakers give up the three there, and Stam now with 5 points. Flynn looking for Curtis. Left hand good. Zoe at 12.1 points per game. Gets her first basket of the night. Give the assist to Flynn. 5:45 remaining. Big hard screen out front by Rogers. Once again, here's Stam. Stam driving in the lane. Contact, no whistle. Ball loose on the baseline. It goes out of bounds, and they'll say it is Earlham basketball. So Defiance now with their third turnover. Here is a change now for the Yellow Jackets. We thought we would see Brittany Osborne in that starting lineup. They had listed her as a Brittany's a 5'7" senior out of Union City, Indiana. So Osborne familiar with the Richmond area. Quaker basketball. Wiesner stops top of the key. Acacia on the drive. Little floater in the lane by Tennant. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Defiance basketball as Brittany Osborne in there battling for the loose ball. Quakers again. Zone trap. Irvin will put it on the floor herself. Once she gets it across the timeline, looks to give it up and does know now to Whitney Schalk. Defiance with 19 on the shot clock. Will they go inside as Wiesner strips it out of the hands of a Defiance player? Looked like that was Shelby Stam. Their numbers are purple on black, which will be hard to see at times. Here is Schalk for three. Got another one. And they're shooting well early from three. Schalk averaging 6.9 points per game, gets her first three. Flynn nearly loses the battle. Back outside to Bowling. And now Bowling will bring it between the circles. Stops, goes near side Tennant. They'll dump it down low to Curtis. Curtis with the left hand, no. Rebound by Irvin. And here come the Yellow Jackets again. Whitney Schalk will bring the ball up the floor herself against Tennant. Here's Stam. Stam gets the screen from Irvin. They'll work it around the perimeter right side. Driving baseline, the kick out, and good ball movement around the perimeter. Stam for three, no. And the rebound by Mariah Flynn. Flynn averaging almost 6 rebounds per contest. Wiesner off the drive, blocked by Irvin, but Irvin got a piece of the arm, and that'll send Wiesner to the line for 2. 3:55 remaining in the opening quarter. Wiesner to the line. Irvin, by the way, picks up the foul. That is going to be her first. Irvin averaging a team-best 13 points per game. The free throw's no good. Rosie Newhart will come in wearing number 35 for the Quakers. Cameron White has checked back in. And for Defiance, we'll see Kaylin Pickens out of Fort Wayne. She went to Snyder High School, a 5'5" freshman. Wiesner's second free throw is on the way. It is good. So Wiesner gets on the board. 3-point deficit for the Quakers here in the quarter. Stam bouncing behind as they'll get it across the timeline once again. On the right wing, Pickens. They're going to go inside Irvin. Irvin will travel with it. Good double team. Quakers had Rosie Newhart there. Helping was Mariah Flynn. That'll be the 4th turnover now by Defiance. 3:38 to go. Cameron White gets the screen from Flynn. Wiesner around the perimeter to Acacia Tennant. Back outside to White and starts to go with it and travels. 4th turnover by the Quakers. Acacia coming out of the lineup. Back in will be Kendall Spears. Coming out of the ball game for Defiance will be Sam Irvin. And returning to the lineup, looks like that may be number 13, Lauren Rogers. There is Rogers with the basketball, pivoting out front, and we'll give it up now to Whitney Schalk. Pickens on the drive, quick move to the baseline, missed it, gets the rebound, put back good. Just good hustle that time by Pickens. Averaging 3.4 points per game, gets her first 2. Quakers down 13-8. Here's a 3 on the way by Flynn off the iron, and the rebound. Defiance was there. They'll say that was a reach-in by Newhart, and Earlham will give up the basketball. First foul by Newhart. Newhart coming out, back in the lineup for the Quakers. Once again will be Zoe Curtis. Curtis had a good game against Defiance their last time out at 4 points. Went 6 of 12 in the shooting department. Defiance very aggressive. Down court pass to Pickens. Pickens taking it right inside, missed the shot. Pickens gets another offensive rebound, blocked by, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zoe Curtis. Pickens listed at 5'5" and taking it right at Zoe Curtis at 5'10". Neither one of these teams have a lot of size other than maybe Sam Irvin at 6'1". Entry pass inside, and the shot good. Nice cut down the lane by Rogers, and the Quakers are going to get a timeout right here. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers down in this one, 15-8, 2:38 to go, period 1.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
As always, a reminder, you can follow live stats as we go throughout the game on GoEarlham.com. First time out of the ball game called by the Quakers, down 15-8. Tennant back in the ball game now for the Quakers. Flynn will give it off now to Spears. They're looking inside to Curtis. Curtis being covered up down low by Brittany Osborne. Those two may have met one another back in high school. Turnaround shot good by Flynn. Quakers cut that deficit, and a turnover once again by Defiance, their 5th. Quaker basketball down by 5. Tennant once again looking for Flynn. Zoe trying to post up on the high post, 16 on the shot clock. Quakers offense a little sluggish right here. Possession, Curtis. Acacia down low, trying to find White. White gets pushed from behind by Kaylin Pickens. Pickens will pick up her first. That will send Cameron White to the line for 2. By the way, again, in women's basketball, 5 fouls per quarter, and it becomes a 2-shot foul instead of the traditional 7 for the 1 and bonus. Lee coming back in. We'll see Liz Martin come in, a 5'5 sophomore. Martin wearing number 10 out of Bellefontaine, Ohio. 1:48 to go. Second free throw is no good, and the rebound Osborne stripped out of her hands. Ball loose, and good hustle there by Cameron White. She goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. Fresh shot clock as well here for Defiance. Quakers down by 4. They'll run. Irvin, 2-on-1 break the other way. May have walked with it, no whistle. The kick back out again to Schalk. Entry pass intended for Osborne. They'll get Mariah Flynn. Quaker bench coming up. They thought that was a definite travel by Sam Irvin. That'll be only team foul number 2 now on the Quakers, and an inbound here for Defiance. They get another fresh 30 on the shot clock. Here's Irvin on the right wing. Schalk will set it up between the circles. She'll send Martin to her right, and on the near side, Lee. Lee gets the screen, bypasses, drives hard, got a foul there, late whistle. They'll get Cameron White. And Lee will go to the line for 2. Third team foul on the Quakers. Ashley Lee with 3 points tonight, averaging 4.9 points per game. 1:22 remaining on the clock, and that free throw's good. One more for Lee. First trip to the line tonight for the Yellow Jackets. And Lee will fire number 2 and get it. Back to a 4-point lead. Quaker basketball, Flynn. Spears near side gets the screen. Here's White. Tennant on the left wing, back to Spears. Her 3 is on the way. That one is good. Spears with her first points. She's averaging, we'd said, 7.7. Now with 3. Lead pass will find Martin and stolen away by Tennant. Here come the Quakers, quickly back the other way. Spears. They'll dump it down low to Curtis. Curtis spins and has her shot blocked by Irvin. Gets it back, missed it short. Gets it again, but this time Irvin gets a piece of the arm. And that will send Zoe Curtis to the line. So Irvin picks up her second. Zoe to the line for the first time, 43.1 seconds remaining. Sometime tonight we may get a chance to talk with Earlham's baseball coach about their upcoming season, which, by the way, begins a week from this Saturday. Actually, take that back. I think it's going to be a week from Friday if they can get it in. They will scrimmage on Saturday for the first time. They will open up a 4-game set at home against Wittenberg before they head south to Florida. Steve Sackett may be joining us sometime here tonight, and the Quakers have come back to tie this ball game at 16. Osborne will bring it across the timeline herself. The senior out of Union City quickly gives it back outside down to Schalk. And we have contact away from the basketball as the Quakers have brought Shannon Pittman in. And Pittman will commit the foul. That is her first. Quakers pick up the 4th team foul, so one more. 33.2 seconds remaining here in this opening period of play. Martin wants the screen, then shoots the 3 and bricked it hard. Kyra Joseph, who's come in for the Quakers, gets the rebound. So Earlham will see if they'll play for one. Shot clock is off. Tennant with the basketball between the circles. Joseph out high, Pittman to the right. And to her left will be Spears. In the low post, Zoe Curtis. Spears, 4 seconds to go. Spears, no, off the front of the iron. The rebound pulled down by Rogers. And that will do it for the opening period of play. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers and the Yellow Jackets tied at 16.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
We're back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, tied at 16. I'd mentioned that the baseball team will be honored here at halftime for their championship last year. They are the favorites going into the brand new season, which is upon us within a week or so. Steve Sackasitz, the coach of the year, and well, I tell you what, we're ready for baseball again. You guys are already now the favorites for another season, huh?
Yeah, they want to put a target on our back, don't they?
Yeah.
So, we preseason poll came out, and great to be honored by that and having that second year in a row. But, we've got a different team this year, so we're going to have to go out and prove some things. We're young. We're very athletic. We've got a lot of good pieces, just pieces that haven't had an opportunity to play before, so we're going to see how they do.
You had so much hitting last year. In fact, you had good balance everywhere. Pitching, hitting, fielding. You did just about everything. You ran. Give us a quick scenario of what your team might look like this year.
I think you got to stick to what works for you. We're always going to try to run. We're always going to try to be aggressive in everything we do, both out on the bases and on the mound as well. We want to put pressure on the defense when we're on the bases, and on the mound we want to make that hitter hit our pitch. Yeah. And I think we've got a good opportunity to go out there and stay to those consistencies. We won't have the pop that we had last year with an Elkis and a Laird and a Barger and those guys. But we're going to try to replace some guys with some other young athletic players, and again, still try to play within the aspects, the way we like to play.
What is amazing, by the way, each team with a possession here in the second quarter is that the pitching is generally something that you never have enough of, and yet you have a lot of depth and guys that have had some. In fact, you go back to last year, they threw some big innings even with some of the young guys, so you have plenty of experience right there.
Yeah, we bring back a good group, and especially trying to get a healthy Walter Talcott, I think is going to be big for us. Not having him healthy last year for the most part of the year was tough, and losing Howie Smith and Dalton Carter were 2 losses, especially Howie being the pitcher of the year. But we're excited about what we can do on the mound as long as we can dictate counts and throw strikes, put pressure on them. I like where we're going to be at, especially with the talent we have on that aspect of the game.
And we have our first foul, as that will put Defiance to the line here in the second quarter. The one thing about it, though, when you had that much offense last year, the pitchers really could relax. A lot of times they pitched with leads. And that's easy for me to say, but I would imagine just from that standpoint as a pitcher, you can score a lot of runs. Does that put any more added pressure on your pitchers to know that they may have to do a little bit more this year, that you may not have the same offense you had last year?
I hope not. I hope they go out there and just play the way that they're supposed to play loose and trust that the offense is going to give them everything they can. And, it's going to be a different way to go about it. We're going to still score runs, just I don't think it's going to be a long ball this year, and our pitchers got to go out there and do their part.
The other thing about this year, and 2 free throws made there by Shelby Stam, 8:25 to go here in the second quarter. What's different this year is, there's Zoe underneath, is you're not playing as many conference games, and so the schedule's completely different than what we've seen before. That's a
razzle-dazzle.
That's a Steve Sackasitz pass.
Jeez.
Back to the line again for Defiance. So your schedule's different because you're not going to play as many conference games. Why the change, and does that benefit you guys, or is that something that is something you'd like to go back to what it was before?
27 games was a lot. I mean, we play a 40-game season, so playing a majority of your games in conference was a ton. And now playing 18 games, it's going to be different. We think we have the depth to have still played a 27-game season, but now with 18 games, we're going to go out there and we'll just see what happens. It's going to be totally different. I really am interested to see how it goes. We're going to add a fifth playoff team now instead of the four we've had before, so. We'll see. We're going to play more non-conference games, and that's what the conference is saying they want to do because they want to have our non-conference strength of schedule be stronger, not have to beat up on each other as much. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
From a philosophy standpoint, as Cameron White gets on
raindrops,
you should do this job. But from a standpoint, do you think though that it's going to help you guys knowing the pitching you have, because you don't have to have now your 4 or 5 guys, there's a 3-point attempt, going so many conference games, you can load up against those conference teams with your good guys, right?
Yeah. You're hoping with the depth that we have, we'll be able to benefit from it. But also, playing the 3 games in the weekend, that's a bear. You know? And so you have to go deep. And I think we've done well in the past, beating up on teams' bullpens, and we just have to get in the bullpen now in a shorter series as opposed to what it was before.
Cameron White hits the baseline jumper and almost a turnover by Defiance.
There we go.
There you go. There's their 7th turnover.
There you go. Find it. Take it right there. Strong. Okay, we'll take a foul.
There you go. The opening series, you're going to open at home, which is a little bit unusual. Not that you're opening at home, but your facility now is lights. You're going to open up against Wittenberg for 4, and then do you go to Florida? Is that how you're going to go?
We have 4-game Wittenberg, 4-game Wilmington, 3 games Kalamazoo, then we go to Florida.
Okay, well, I didn't know it was that many. So you've got 4, 4, and 3. It's 11 games before you even go south.
Before we even go south. Why go south? Why doesn't South come to us?
I think they should. Yeah. I think it's the right thing to do. So you're going to get a really good look at your team before you go to Southern to Florida.
Absolutely, yeah. And Florida will be good for us because we're going to play in that week. We're playing basically 9 games. 6 games in Florida, 3 games against Kalamazoo that weekend. So it's going to be 9 games in about 6 to 7 days. So we're going to be really tested, and a lot of guys are going to get opportunities. I'm excited for that. Again, in playing less conference games, you're going to be able to play some different lineups than you did before. So that should be good. But we're still going to go out there and try to win every darn game that we can.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about that is when you have deep pitching, you can play a few more games like that, right?
Well, we're deep right now when we talk on February 14th. Let's make sure we're still healthy and deep when we go at that point. But, I mean, it's what we're set up for. We've done a great job in the recruiting part to get enough depth there for us, and you can never have enough pitching. So we're just going to hopefully go out there and see what we've got. Again, you set up your non-conference schedule to set you up for success in the conference schedule. Yeah. So hopefully we can do that.
By the way, you mentioned Walter, how is he? He was such a huge player as a freshman. The injury last year, how is he coming into camp this year?
He's looked really good so far in our bullpen sets. Our pitchers are up to 95 pitches so far. He's actually throwing his final high pitch count bullpen tomorrow, and so most of our guys are that we're throwing it that way, and he's looked great. Really, the thing Walter does a great job is he gets ahead of guys, and he's got such put away pitches that it's tough to hit him. That's why he strikes out so many guys. So we're seeing it so far with our hitters in our inter squad scrimmages we're doing.
The shot clock down to 4. Quakers get a block. There's Rosie Newhart. We're talking with Steve Sakasitz, the head coach for the Earlham baseball team, as Earlham trying to pound it inside to Flynn. Wiesner back out to Newhart. 2019, 6:15 remaining. Here's White on the drive and another foul. All right, so what do you do in Florida? You have how many games, and how long will you be down there?
We'll play 6 games down there. We'll leave after that last game of the Kalamazoo series on that Sunday. We'll drive down to Florida, be down there Monday for practice, and play Tuesday through Friday. Single game Tuesday, doubleheader Wednesday, Thursday, single game Friday. Okay. While we're down there, we're also going to catch a Nationals and Mets game in West Palm Beach. It's a really great time for our kids to bond and really kind of get closer as a team.
The ring is you just never get sick of looking at that, do you?
No, this is actually the first time since our banquet that I've actually had the thing on, and it's really loose.
Yeah.
I must have been fatter fingers at the time when I ordered this thing, because right now it's like spinning around on me. So
I got to admit to you, I wear it a lot. I didn't wear it tonight, but as I was mentioning to you a little bit ago, I wear it around, and people look at it and they think how big it is. And a lot of people, believe it or not, they knew Earlham baseball. They didn't know the success you had last year, so we better get the marketing team out there.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the in Major League. We still have uniforms and everything. We got a baseball team, so. But no, it's great. We're excited about tonight and being celebrated for last year's team and with upcoming what's going on this season.
By the way, my fingers would look better if I had one on this hand now too. Is that any pressure on you guys to get me another one? And I don't want to be selfish or anything, but I figure why not go for another one?
And never once thought you were selfish. The goal is to go out there and try to win every single year. Is it going to happen? You just want to put yourself in a good position to do it. So if you've got fingers, we're going to try to put a ring on it.
I hope so. Well, I'm figuring as long as you're here, we should win one every year, and by the time you're done, maybe about 10 or 11.
Now, you put a little pressure on me on that part. No, let's just let's focus on today and move on from there. And if you want to focus on things later, another conversation.
You know what we do. We're selfish guys. Hey, Coach, good to see you again, okay?
Yeah, you as well.
Of course, we're going to talk with you next week, try to get something on video that people can look at. As there's another turnover by Defiance.
Let's just also talk about how big this game is for the Quake right here.
It's a big game.
This is an opportunity right here to get in that playoffs. Earlham's never been in the HCAC basketball playoffs, both men's and women. This could be huge for us
This
right here.
could be really huge. And by the way, I know you heard my scenario probably in the pregame. If you win out and your favorites beat the other teams, you should be in.
Absolutely. Home game against a team you've already beaten the road, and Defiance is not an easy place to play. We've already beaten them. If we can take care of business here and beat Mount St. Joe's and have some other help, man, it's going to be really cool. Really great opportunity for our women to be able to be in that position. Yeah,
a lot of good things happening here at Earlham College. Here's Irvin inside, basket good, but it's not going to be easy because, by the way, Defiance also has a chance to get in as well.
Yeah, but I think the Quakers can go ahead and stomp on the Bumblebees. Let's see what happens.
I hope so. Coach, good to see you again.
You too. Thank you.
All right, Steve Sackis is joining us here tonight, and again, they'll be honored at halftime for their championship from last year, and of course, there is a bucket good. And now the Quakers lead it by 3, 24-21. So again, the Quakers using that full court trap to really bother the Yellow Jackets. There's another turnover. Wiesner will throw it out front. We've got a foul call that should go against Ashley Lee. By the way, Defiance now with 9 turnovers. As I mentioned, Sack and the baseball team honored. All of them won't be here tonight. They couldn't all make it here this evening, but I'm sure they'll be recognized in one way or another here this evening. Osborne back in now as Lee comes out. 4:40 to go. Quakers lead it by 3. Fresh 30 in the shot clock, and there's a 5-second call. Quakers unable to get the basketball in play. Zoe Curtis coming back into the lineup. Rosie Newhart will leave the ball game. Here is Schalk against White across the timeline. We mentioned live stats on GoEarlham.com as we go along here this evening. Here's Rogers. Turnaround jumper in the lane. Good. Nice move by Rogers. Rogers now with 4. Quakers lead it by 1. Wiesner gets the high screen from Joseph. They'll dump it in the corner to White. Her three-pointer's good. Cameron White with her first three-pointer. And that's a foul in the backcourt. They'll get Cameron for her second. Cameron now with 10 points. She had 10 points and 8 rebounds in the first meeting against Defiance. We'll see Shannon Pittman come in. Also into the Earlham lineup is Acacia Tennant. And it'll be, once again, Schalk bringing it across the timeline. Ball stripped away from Rogers. Another turnover, number 10 now by the Yellow Jackets. Quaker basketball. Chance to build on a 4-point lead. Pittman on the right wing. Joseph, quick entry pass to Zoe. Turns to her right and scores. Zoe Curtis. And a 6-point lead now for the Quakers. Zoe with 6. Ball loose in the corner. And what do we have here? We're going to get a timeout. I believe we do. Defiance able to get the timeout before the turnover. 3:30 to go here in this opening half of play. Quakers lead it by 6 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, Quakers using their defense as they force now 10 turnovers. And that defense leading to offense as the Quakers have built that lead now to 6. So far, Cameron White with 10. Flynn with 7. Leading the Quakers here tonight, Zoe Curtis with 6. And a traveling call. That's turnover number 11. But it looked like there for a while, perhaps Defiance was going to handle that pressure pretty well, but of late they have not done so. Kendall Spears with 5 points tonight for the Quakers, who now are shooting at 41%, and so far Defiance only 35% here in the first half. Though Defiance is out-rebounding Earlham 16-13 here in the second quarter. Irvin has come back out of the lineup. Osborne is in. Pittman shot fake, driving down the lane. Right-hand runner's no good. Irvin, take that back. Osborne watches that one go out of bounds. That goes off the fingertips that time of Kyra Joseph. Quaker basketball again. They're going to look to trap. What they hope to do is get Defiance to put that ball in the corners, but there's a smart play right there by Pickens. Try to keep that ball in the middle of the floor. Jumper from the right wing. That'll be a 2-point shot by Rogers. Rogers now with 6 in the first half, averaging 11 per game, second best, actually third best on the team behind Stam. And then we come back the other way, and Pittman hits the 3. Shannon Pittman with her first points. Quakers lead at 32-25. Entry pass knocked away, Zoe Curtis. Zoe forcing the 12th turnover. Pittman stops, loses it in the lane. Ball still loose, and diving on the floor is Pittman. And it will be Defiance basketball. Quakers with their 7th turnover. Kyra Joseph is out. Mariah Flynn is in. What a huge game tonight. If Defiance loses, they're out of this. If the Quakers lose, they're pretty much out of the race, depending on what else happens. But they don't want to go down to that final game as Osborne misses. Ball goes out of bounds and last touched by Ashley Lee of Defiance. The good news is, as we talked about in that scenario earlier, you have all the other teams battling for a playoff spot, playing the best teams in the conference in the last 2 games. Quakers are not. Ball dumped in the corner to Spears. 19 on the shot clock. Here's Zoe. Spins left, scores. Zoe Curtis, what a job she has done in her second year here at Earlham. Much more comfortable down in the low post. Osborne will find Stam for 3. Good box out by Mariah Flynn. And here come the Quakers again. Lead pass to Pittman. Layup good. Quakers lead it by 11. Pittman with 5. Biggest lead of the ball game with 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. Should say the first half. Here's Rogers across the timeline. Gives it Mack now back to Pickens. Rogers bypasses the screen by Osborne. Osborne back again to Rogers. 12 on the shot clock. Here is Rogers. Pull-up shot good. Rogers now with 8. And the Quakers lead it now by 9. Here is Flynn for 3. That's good. Mariah Flynn with her second 3-pointer. She now has 10. Quakers will force Defiance into the half court once again. Under a minute remaining. Here is Osborne. No. Plenty of contact. No whistle. They'll let him play through it. Curtis got the rebound. Here is Tenet for the Quakers. Curtis open for a moment underneath. Here is, once again, Pittman. She'll fire from three, rims in and out off the backboard, and the rebound pulled down by Defiance. In the ball game for the Yellow Jackets, Cassidy Yant. She is out of Churubusco, Indiana. Here's Osborne, a little short jump hook, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Yellow Jackets, Shelby Stam. Wiesner is in. Coming out of the ball game for the Quakers will be Shannon Pittman, 5 points in the second quarter. 22.1 seconds remaining. Quakers will play for one right here. Flynn, top of the key. Tenet will go in the corner. Here is the three by Spears, short. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Osborne of Defiance. 5 seconds remaining here in the first half. We will let you hear the ceremony as that's going to be shot by Spears, rebounded by Osborne, and we have made it to the half. So we mentioned the Earlham baseball team will be honored here at halftime. We will keep it here for that ceremony as, again, they will, of course, their rings they have gotten back in November. They will open up a week from Saturday. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back once they begin that ceremony. We will join them in just a couple of moments on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers on top at halftime, 39-27.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Let's go downstairs where they're honoring the 2017 HCAC baseball champions.
In Earlham College athletics history. At this time, we will introduce the players and coaches. First, for the players who could make tonight's event, could not make tonight's event. Number 5, Cody Crumlock. Number 17, Britton Laird. Number 19, Eric Elkins. Number 24, Hunter Turner. Number 30, Howie Smith. And now for the players that can be here tonight. Number 1, Kendall Baker. Number 2, Nate Lynch. Number 3, Spencer Owen. Number 4, Dorian Holmes. Number 6, Austin Greer. Number 7, Danny Dunn. Number 8, Walter Talcott. Number 9, Matt Mathias. Number 12, Anthony Morgan. Number 14, Ian Buck. Number 16, Dalton Carter. Number 18, Corey Arnold. Number 20, Matt Carter. Number 26, Alec Bryan. Number 27, Kyle Garner. Number 28, Austin Smith. Number 31, Addison Robertson. Number 33, Isaiah Shank. Number 35, Jordan Christian. Number 42, Taylor Metzler. And number 44, Colin Krieger. Now I would like to honor the coaches. The following coaches were unable to make tonight's event. Brandon Pennington, Brandon Smalling, and Gary York. And now for the coaching staff who was able to attend this evening. Volunteer assistant coaches Kevin McKee
again, the Quakers open up their season a week from this Friday, a 4-game set. They'll take on the Tigers of Wittenberg. We'll have all 4 games for you, as always, right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. When we come back in just a couple of moments, your first half numbers, Quakers on top by 12. We'll have those numbers for you right here, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, Mancino'sofRichmond.com.
We are back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Great to have you with us as the Quakers lead it here at halftime, 39-27. Here are your first half numbers. First off for Defiance, they were 10 of 29, good enough for 35%. Finished with 19 rebounds, 5 offensive boards, 4 assists, 9 turnovers, 1 block, and 1 steal. They were led in scoring in that first half by Lauren Rogers with 8, 7 points by Shelby Stam, 5 points by Ashley Lee, 3 points by Whitney Schalk, 2 points by Sam Irvin, and Kaylin Pickens with 2 points. On the other side of the ledger, Quakers 13 of 30, good enough for 43%. Quakers finished with 18 rebounds, 4 offensive boards. They finished with 9 assists, 5 turnovers, 4 blocks, 7 steals in the first half. Quakers led by Cameron White and Mariah Flynn with 10 points each. Zoe Curtis with 8, 5 points by Kendall Spears, 5 points by Shannon Pittman, and Amy Wiesner with a single point in the first half of play. So that's where we stand at the intermission. When we come back, we'll update you on the college basketball scoreboard that's going on tonight, men's and women's, and a check of the NBA as well. It's all right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters. A division of Richmond Power and Light.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, let's go ahead and check out the updated college basketball scoreboard, top 25 play in the second half. Providence now leading number 3 Villanova 39-34. Also in the second half, number 11 Clemson, they're on top of Florida State 51-44. Second half play, number 12 Duke leading Virginia Tech 46-36. One final out of the Big Ten, number 22 Michigan. They beat Iowa 74-59. Later tonight, number 4 Xavier home against Seton Hall. 10th rated Auburn is hosting Kentucky. And number 24 Nevada, they're on the road at Boise State. A couple of women's basketball games in top 25 play. Number 6 Texas home against Texas Tech. They're in the first quarter. Texas Tech leading that one by 1. Number 22 South Florida on top of SMU 39-27, and number 23 Michigan leading Minnesota 11-9 in the opening period of play. A couple of games underway in the NBA as Detroit leading Atlanta 47-35 in the third. Charlotte leading Orlando 54-53 in the third. At halftime, Miami on top of Philadelphia 62-39. Second quarter, Brooklyn 38, Indiana 36. Also in the second quarter, New York on top of Washington 47-35. Games that are now underway, the Clippers and the Celtics from Boston, Lakers and New Orleans, Toronto, Chicago, Sacramento, Houston, Memphis, Orlando, Oklahoma City, and then, of course, coming up a little bit later, Phoenix at Utah. Golden State is on the road at Portland. We're at halftime here, and the Quakers lead at 39-27. We will be back with the second half in just a couple of moments. Stay right there. This is Earlham Women's Basketball on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
The Purdue Polytechnic Institute in Richmond is part of a statewide network that offers the same technology degrees available in West Lafayette. The benefit of earning your degree at the Richmond location is that the campus is small enough to provide you with dedicated one-to-one attention while you earn your degree from Purdue University. Purdue Polytechnic of Richmond. Give them a call at 973-8228 or go to their website for more information at polytechnic.purdue.edu.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners.
I got this.
got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
At Square Donuts, we take our donuts seriously, and apparently so do our customers. Square Donuts is by far the #1 donut shop in Richmond. At Square Donuts, we bake our donuts, cinnamon rolls, long johns, and many other varieties fresh daily. Donuts became our family tradition and business in 1967, and we've continued through 3 generations. Square Donuts in Richmond has 2 locations, including 1241 Northwest 5th Street and 3637 East Main in the Hoppy Jeweler Plaza. Square Donuts of Richmond. We never cut corners and never will.
We're back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Center as the Quakers and Yellow Jackets ready now for the third quarter. It'll be Quaker basketball. By the way, the Quakers outscored the Yellow Jackets 23-11 in that second quarter. Now to take that 12-point lead. We're tied to 16 after 1. Looks like starters in on both sides of the basketball. So here we go as Earlham will now attack right to left. Here's Cameron White off that high screen. Nice bounce inside, but a little bit out of the reach of Zoe Curtis. Quakers committing the turnover. And for Earlham now, that'll be turnover number 8 overall. We're talking about not just turnovers, but loss of possession arrow. That's what we count. I know that the original statistics will say just turnover number 6, but anytime you lose a possession arrow, that's a turnover as well. Quakers again trying to force the turnover. Irvin will give it up now to Stam, who got it across the timeline. Here's a baseline shot. That's no good, as Rogers couldn't get it to fall. Goes out of bounds, last touched by Ashley Lee. So they're going to say Quakers actually got a hand on it, so they'll stay with Defiance, and they get a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Just underway, period number 3. Yellow Jackets nowhere to go with the basketball, so they'll kick it outside now to Rogers. Quakers stay man-to-man. They've been very good in their man defense so far here tonight. Irvin turns and got tied up by Flynn. And so Defiance now, they lose a possession arrow. That'll be their 13th official turnover. Off the inbound is Whitney Schalk. Now the Yellow Jackets offense, they just have had nothing since that opening period of play. Stam off the drive, the kick back outside, the entry to Irvin, turns with the left hand, weak on the left hand, rebounded by Rogers. I don't think that ball hit the rim, though. For head coach Shauna Watson, she says, wait a minute, because I don't think it hit either, so they reset the shot clock, and it came well short of hitting the rim, but they reset it to 30. Currently stands at 23. This may be a tough one to figure out where they're going to put that time, so whatever they thought it was, you need to take another 7 seconds off. So they will go to the scorers table, and well, I tell you what, people tearing things up around here. What are you doing over there? Well, they will take a little bit of time to figure this out. I would imagine, I'm not sure where that was, but they had the basketball for a lot longer than maybe what we think. It's got to be down somewhere around 10. That's the problem we have when you don't have instant replay. They can't go back and take a look, so they're going to probably guess the best they can and put it at some point. I would imagine for Coach Watson, she'll take it anywhere from 12 and under, but if you're the head coach, Jessica Morris, for Defiance, you would like it to be maybe 15 and above. Give you a chance, a little more opportunity to put some points on the board, so we'll see what they'll decide. Now, this may not come into play at any point here, depending on the possession. What happens if Earlham scores Depends on which coach will be more upset, but then you have to look toward the end of the game and wonder if it will be a turning point either way, and I don't think it will. Well, they're going to say it was a shot clock violation then. Wow. Now, if you're Defiance's head coach, they're probably thinking, how do you come to that conclusion? As now they'll explain it to Coach Morris. I don't think it could have been ready to run out. I thought it was probably around 10, 11 seconds when the shot went up and the 30-second shot operator reset it. So I still think they probably should have had, at the most, 3 to 4 seconds because they kept running it after that. And it got down to 23, so I thought maybe 3 or 4 seconds on the shot clock. So they're going to say it's a shot clock violation. So Defiance will have to give up the basketball. They'll get charged with a turnover as well. And so it will be Quaker basketball once again. So big break for the Quakers. We'll see if they can take advantage. Here is Kendall Spears in the corner for 3. Tanette with the rebound, and the Quakers, now I know that hit the rim. So they get another 30-second shot clock. Spears to Zoe, and she took that little bunny hop, and it cost him a turnover. So the Quakers now with 9 turnovers. Here's the press again. Irvin looking to midcourt. And the press broken there. It'll be set up now by Stam. Good look at Schalk. Looking down low to Irvin, the double team, and I think we got the foul on behind from Spears. Spears trying to give help, which is a good idea. Drop the guard down and try to help your post player, Zoe Curtis, against Irvin, who goes at 6'1". And now we've got a moving screen. They're going to get Schalk on her second, so that'll be a turnover as well. You're talking about 15 turnovers now by the Yellow Jackets. 8:21 to go here in the third. So far, Defiance and Earlham scoreless here in this third quarter. Lee on the guard against Tanette out front. Boy, miscommunication as Lee gets the steal. Turnover Quakers. Lee stripped out of her hands by Tanette. Here come the Quakers. Lead pass to Curtis. Off to Spears. Can't get the layup to go. And the rebound pulled down by Stam. That would have been a huge bucket and a beautiful play. Spears unable to finish. But how about Tanette able to get the steal at the other end of the floor? Defiance back in the half court. Irvin tipped away. They'll keep it. Here is a jumper by Lee. No good. And again an offensive rebound by Stam. Opposite, Lee. Lee driving baseline against White, throws it away. Defiance now with 16. Here is Cameron White. White will throw up a shot and get fouled and go to the line for 2. Schalk just picked up another one. She's got 3. And there goes our crowd mic. That's what that was earlier. Yeah, we'll just set it right there. All right, free throw is on the way and good. Cameron now with 11. 13-point lead. We'll see Amy Wiesner come in. Kaylin Pickens coming in now for Defiance. And the Quakers again by 13, 7:20 to go in the third. White hits them both. She loves to play against Defiance this year. Again, she went 11-8 in the first contest. Another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. Quaker basketball. Flynn, 3-pointers on the way. Rims in and out. Rebound, White, put back, yes. And Defiance needs a timeout on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers on top of this one, 43-27.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120.
It is all Quakers now here in the third, 43-27. That now represents their biggest lead of the ball game. Defiance quickly getting a timeout as they're seeing this thing slip away. Zoe Curtis out of the ball game for the Quakers. Rosie Newhart will now check in. Cassidy Yantez checked in now for the Yellow Jackets as well. Off the inbound Pickens. Quakers going to trap again in the corner. Defiance, they don't like this up-tempo type game if they can play it in the half court. Here's a quick shot on the way by Rogers, goes out of bounds. And a possession now back to the Quakers. Boy, Earlham can really put this thing away here in the third. Entry pass to Newhart. Newhart and gave it right back to White, who stepped out of bounds. Quakers with their 11th turnover. Quakers have now outscored Defiance since that opening quarter. There's another turnover. 27-11. Wiesner with the basketball to Flynn. Flynn, quick release. Jumper on the baseline, good. And Flynn continues to play well. 12, ball loose. There's another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. They are now up to 19 turnovers in this one. Wiesner to Flynn. Again, quickly shooting and missing. Rebound, Newhart. They'll say Newhart over the top. Rosie with her second. She's an undersized post player, but again, very tough underneath. White coming out for the Quakers. By the way, Sydney Fain has checked in, a 5'10 sophomore now for Bluffton. She wears number 20. Quakers coming back as well with Shannon Pittman. And right now you can tell Defiance very uncomfortable against that full court press. 6:13 remaining as the Yellow Jackets will still have 21 in the shot clock. Inbounding will be Stam. Here's Rogers. Rogers had a good first half, but has been quiet since. In fact, we're still waiting here to see if we're going to get a point on the board for the Yellow Jackets. That'll be on Wiesner. So we've gone almost 4 minutes, and Defiance has yet to get a point on the board. Quakers have scored only 6. Here's Stam with a crossover to the right hand. Stam in traffic, and that's a tough call against the Quakers. The thing you hate about that call, and they're going to get Wiesner, I believe, is Wiesner straight up and down. Tennant is straight up and down, and the offensive player, Stam, makes the initial contact. And Stam gets rewarded with 2 shots. 5:56 remaining. You know, after a while, players can get a little frustrated because they're not sure. They're told to go straight up and down, and when they do, and there was no body movement from the waist down that would have made you believe there was any type of contact there other than what the offensive player did. Both free throws are good, 45-29. Quaker basketball once again. Pittman, strong drive, feeds inside to Newhart. Newhart, nice move. Got away from the double team and kissed it off the glass for her first 2. That's a pretty good move for a freshman. Osborne across the timeline, quickly gives it up. Defiance will make a couple of changes. This is Stam. Ball tipped away by White, knocked out of bounds. Irvin back in. Also coming in for the Yellow Jackets will be Liz Martin. Looks like Whitney Schalk is back in as well. That is Schalk, number 23, receiving the basketball out front. 9 on the shot clock. Defiance to see if they paid attention. 6. High screen by Irvin. Schalk on the drive. Back to Irvin. Right hand good. They got it right at the buzzer. Irvin has not been much of a factor tonight, just 4 points. Quaker basketball leading it by 16. Here's White. White, dribble drive down the lane. Can't get the roll. Newhart with another offensive rebound. Newhart, the freshman out of Osgood, Indiana. Here is Flynn from 15. Rattles the rim and goes down. Flynn trying in her senior season to get this team into the HCAC playoffs for the first time. 14 points by Flynn. Here's Irvin, short on the shot. Offensive rebound is short as well by Rogers. Quaker basketball, 4:25 to go in the third. Here's White. Another strong drive. White finishes. And she's having a heck of a night. 16 points now by White. He's averaging over 13 points per game against Defiance in their 2 meetings. Irvin across the timeline gets the jump stop to Rogers on the pass. 3-pointer good. So Rogers with her first 3-pointer. She has 11, matching her season average. 3:52 to go. Flynn, short jumper, and that one in and out. Newhart, another offensive rebound, put back good. So Newhart getting another nice offensive board. Rogers will pick up her second foul. Kayla Bowling coming in for the Quakers. Also into the lineup will be Cassidy Yant for the Yellow Jackets. 3:46 remaining here in the third, and here is Newhart, and she'll complete the 3-point play. She now has 5. It is a 20-point lead. Zoe Curtis checking in. Newhart will sit down. Quakers again with that 3-guard lineup, including Pittman at 5'11". Those long arms can cause some problems in that half-court trap and the full-court trap as well. White on the tough guard out front. Now there's contact right there, no whistle, as Schalk unable to get by White. Entry pass Irvin, and it goes out of bounds, and it will stay here. Last touch. Zoe didn't think she touched the basketball. As Irvin had the post right in front of her, and the ball went over her head. I would have thought maybe Irvin touched it last. A 10 on the shot clock. They'll have to keep an eye right here. Here's a drive by Rogers, and the shot short. Rebound by White. And there's a foul in the backcourt. Take that back. That's Whitney Schalk. So Schalk will pick up her 4th. Kyra Joseph coming in for the Quakers. Schalk will come out. Back in the ball game now for the Yellow Jackets will be Kaylin Pickens out of Fort Wayne Snyder High School. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. White with a crossover. Here's Bowling getting the screen. Stops at the free throw line. Reverses it back to White. Drives baseline left hand. Ball loose. Joseph picks up the ball, saved from going out of bounds. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Pittman again. Feeds inside to Zoe. She can't hold on to it. White with the loose basketball, and Earlham is going to get the timeout before they lose a possession. 2:49 to go here in the third. Quakers lead this one by 20.
Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was an easy one. I went to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's and couldn't be happier with the service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked with me through the entire process. If you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West, or give them a call at 962-5665, or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com.
Quakers get a timeout. Good timeout. You're up by 20. If you can keep that possession right here, get a couple of points out of it. 4 seconds, though, on the shot clock. So Coach Watson will make her team fully aware that they can't waste a whole lot of time here. You can still get a good inbound. But now that's going to hurt. Spears in the backcourt, and there is your shot clock violation. So didn't turn out the way the Quakers had hoped. They'll get charged with a turnover. 2:44 remaining. We'll see Acacia come back in. And coming out of the lineup will be Shannon Pittman. So now the Quakers a little bit smaller, but a little bit quicker as well. Here's Pickens. Pickens against Bowling. They'll entry down low, triple team. This is Rogers, forces up the shot and missed it. Rebound Spears. Someone had to have been open on that triple team. Here's Joseph reversing it once again to Spears. Bowling, left elbow, back to Spears between the circles. Entry now to Zoe. Zoe, shot over an outstretched Sam Irvin. Irvin afraid to get another foul as, again, Zoe Curtis in double figures with 10. And we're coming up on 2 minutes. Zoe from behind gets the tip. Another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. Here's Kendall Spears. Joseph reversing it to Bowling, wide open, got it. Quakers hitting the outside shot when it's wide open, and Bowling gets her first two. And Earlham leading this one now by 24 here in the third quarter. Irvin at midcourt. Irvin off the drive, stripped from behind by Bowling. So it'll either be Bowling or it will be Joseph. And it looks like they'll get Kyra Joseph. And that will send Irvin to the line. Irvin averaging 13 points per game, only 4 so far here tonight is the team's leading scorer. 1:31 remaining here in the third. 3 new players coming in for the Yellow Jackets.
Back in for Defiance, number 12, Shelby Stout, along with number 22, Ashley Lee.
Stam is in, also Lee coming in. And one more, looks like they'll bring back in Brittany Osborne. That is short. Joseph able to pull it away, and it'll be Quaker basketball. We're coming down to the final minute and a half here in the third. Curtis pivots, kicks it back out to Tanette once again. Back inside to Zoe. Has it blocked out of bounds by Irvin. So Irvin is out. And here is Brittany Osborne. 14 on the shot clock, still plenty of time. Spears. Short jumper, got a roll. 7 points now by Spears. The Quakers, again, good balance scoring here tonight. That press after period number 1 really bothering the Yellow Jackets. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll see Newhart come back in. Zoe will sit down. 20 turnovers or lost possessions tonight by Defiance. Bowling on the guard out front against Liz Martin. Stam thought about the three, drives down the lane. Boy, there was contact there, no whistle. Newhart came away with it. Quakers quickly get it up the right sideline. Tanette with the basketball once again. Here's Joseph. Newhart posting underneath. Here is Spears. Bowling once again to Joseph. 12 on the shot clock. Entry pass once again to Newhart. Out to Spears. Three-pointer off the front of the iron. Bowling had it. Bowling runs it down in the corner. And there is 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. And we have a whistle and a foul. That's going to be Stam on the foul. That's going to be her first, and that's going to put the Quakers at the line. Kayla Bowling for 2. Only 12.6 seconds remaining here in the third. Bowling now with 3. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players have scored tonight for the Quakers. I'm going to try to check the scoreboard if we can in the fourth quarter. See what the other teams are doing in the conference. That one thrown up by Yant. Shot by Osborne, no good. We'll head to the fourth. It is all Quakers on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Earlham on top of this one, 62-34.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you were born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Quakers on top of this one, 62-34. I'm going to check out the scoreboard here periodically. Women's college basketball, Rose is beating Anderson 47-15. Now Transylvania, they're leading Franklin, and that's exactly what the Quakers need to have happen, 54-31. They're in the fourth quarter. And Hanover's beating Mount St. Joe as the Quakers turn it over there. So, with Franklin losing, they would fall to 6-11. With Mount St. Joe losing, they would fall to 6-11. The Quakers win tonight, they will go to 6-11. And then it's all down again to what would happen on Saturday. Here's a shot on the way. That's going to be short. So we're on right now in pretty good position. And Spears goes to the floor. A lot of contact. Osborne to the floor as well. They'll get Osborne on the foul as Spears quickly back up off the floor. Osborne, that is her first team foul. We mentioned the scenario earlier. Again, that Hanover game is now in the fourth quarter. Also in the fourth quarter is that Transylvania-Franklin game. Here is Rosie. Nice turn in the lane. Newhart now with 7. She had 13 the last time that these two teams played. Osborne, top of the key. Quakers now leaded by 30. I think it's pretty safe to say they're going to win this one here tonight. Move to 6-11. Things are going to get jumbled up at the bottom of that order looking for the number 6 spot. There's a foul on Newhart. Men's basketball, Earlham winning at Defiance right now in the second half with under 2 minutes to go. Earlham leading that one 68-60. So right now things are kind of playing in Earlham's favor for the women. Men are out of the race. Here is Stam on the drive, missed it. Rebound in the ballgame now for the Quakers is Taylor Stroud, and then the Quakers turn it over. 13th turnover. Taylor wearing number 33. 8.5 minutes remaining in this one. Here's a 3 on the way. That's good. Basket good by Cassidy Yant. That is her first basket of the night. Ball kicked out of bounds. So right now we're going to go ahead and give a couple of losses. We mentioned Mount St. Joe would fall to 6-11. Franklin would fall to 6-11. Quakers would go to 6-11. Defiance pretty much out after this one here tonight if they're going to lose at 5-12, so they wouldn't have enough to qualify. Too many things would have to happen. Here is Taylor, right-hand shot, no good. And rebounded by Yant, and a foul in the backcourt. White and Tennant there for the Quakers. So they get Tennant on the foul, and that will be her second. I want to check as that ball tipped in the air, almost turned over again. I will see if any time we can pick up as that ball kicked inside, missed by Yant. And we've got a jump ball in the backcourt. Ball will go over to the Yellow Jackets. Quakers with their 14th turnover. Well, again, Saturday will still be big for the Quakers at home against Mount St. Joe. Yant with a crossover, 23 on the shot clock. They had to reset the shot clock. Another turnover by Defiance. Good hustle again by Cameron White. That Saturday matchup is a 1 o'clock start time for the women, 3:30 or so for the men. Here's White, step back, shot good from three. How about Cameron White here tonight? 19 points by White, and there's another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. And Earlham putting it to Defiance here tonight. Here's Newhart, off the glass, no good. White, another rebound, put back, no. White almost got another board, trying to take that one away from the Yellow Jackets. Here is Martin, off on the near side to Yant. Newhart on the guard there for the Quakers. 6:39 remaining in this one. It's all Quakers. So far, just 3 points here in the quarter for Defiance. They have struggled offensively. The roll to Osborne. Her shot is good. Osborne. Again out of Union City. That is her first bucket of the night. And the Quakers lead at 67-39. Earlham, by the way, leaving no doubt. Here's Taylor on the drive. Got a nice first step. And Taylor, Stroud with her first two. Boy, she wasted no time putting the ball on the floor and getting by her defender. Taylor now with 2 points tonight, back to a 30-point lead. Osborne, top of the key. Yant at the elbow, guarded there by Newhart. And, boy, this offense isn't going fast enough. They're going to have to get a lot of points on the board. Yant fires and misses badly. Osborne put back good off the rebound. Osborne now with 4. Problem is for Defiance, they ran too much time off the clock. Tennant will bring it across the timeline. Quakers work it right side to White. White will drive and go to the line. Think that foul will be called on Shelby Stam, which will be her second. Unless they got... Yep, it's going to be Stam on the foul. So again, that'll be number 2, second team foul. Here is Cameron White at the line. Again, a 2-shot foul and misses the first. Wiesner in. Curtis back in. Cameron White trying to get to 20. We'll see Lauren Rogers come back in. So White back for number 2. White will step out, and into the ball game will be Kayla Bowling. So White again up to 20 points. And we're coming up on 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Boy, nice drive between two defenders as Schalk able to get the basket. Schalk now with 5. Well, Quakers here can waste some time as well. No need to hurry. Stroud unable to hold on to the loose basketball. Quakers turn it over for the 15th time. Here's Rogers. In the corner again to Stam. Back out front, three-point shot no good by Schalk. Offensive rebound and the putback good. As back in the ball game, Sam Irvin. Irvin now with 6. Wiesner to Curtis. The kick out. Bowling. 19 on the shot clock, and here the Quakers will set it up again. Here's the advantage you have with a big lead as they'll get it inside to Zoe, blocked, and coming away with it will be Rogers. Because you really don't have to hurry. Get it down to about 8, and then start working toward a shot. Here's Schalk. Out front again to Rogers for 3. That's off the iron. Battle for the rebound as going hard to the floor for the Quakers was Stroud. She was going up against Osborne. As Stroud will come out, Kyra Joseph has checked in. Another change now for the Yellow Jackets as Pickens will return to the lineup and Stam will set down. Almost a steal by Bowling. Good strong drive by the freshman guard Pickens, who lays it in. Pickens now with 4. Quaker basketball, Wiesner, the screen by Joseph. As Pittman has it go off her fingertips and out of bounds. Newhart back in. Zoe Curtis will sit down. Well, Earlham again will win their 6th game of the year. Again, they'll move to 6-11. We said a little bit ago the other teams that the Quakers, as Osborne shoots the 3 and misses, goes out of bounds, or it does not as Urban saves it to Bowling. Here's Pittman across the timeline. We'll wait for help, and Bowling will come receive the basketball. Well, but Saturday now is a huge game. No upsets. Joseph on the high post. Back to Pittman. Will sweep and drive. Pass intended for Newhart. And that one out of her reach. Quakers turn it over. 70-47. Pull-up shot on the way. That's good. Rogers, pretty tough player. Rogers now with 13, averaging 11 per game. And under 3 minutes. Wiesner looking inside to Joseph. Back out to Pittman at the top. And once again, Bowling for the Quakers. Here's Wiesner. Good ball movement again for the Quakers. Down to 8. This is what you want right here. Bowling off the drive inside. Layup good. There you go. Break him down. Newhart with the basket. And that's exactly what you're looking to do, is Bowling will get the assist, or was that Wiesner? Wiesner gets the assist. And the Quakers lead at 72-49. But they did the right thing, get that thing down to 8. There's another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. Quakers have a 4-on-2 break the other way, and Wiesner again will wisely back it up and reset it. Here's Pittman. And now Bowling. Quakers will make some changes. We'll see Shea Stanley come in. Played at Delta High School. 8 on the shot clock. Joseph once again to Newhart. Newhart this time over the extended arms of Irvin. Can't get it to go. And we have 2 players fall to the floor. One of those was Lauren Rogers. She thought she got fouled. So Stroud is in. Ashley Meadows has checked in. And we mention again Shea Stanley now in for the Quakers. And coming out of the ball game, Lauren Rogers with 1:44 remaining. Final stats as soon as the game is over, posted on GoEarlham.com. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. Quakers can run this thing down to just about a minute if they choose to do so. Bowling in the lane, turnover Quakers. Really don't need to be in a hurry. Back the other way we go. Here is Stam for 3, short. And the rebound by Meadows. And once Bowling crosses the timeline, here's where they'll slow it up and use clock, as right now the Yellow Jackets in a 2-3 zone. They know this one is over as well. Quakers get it inside to Taylor Stroud. That's going to be blocked. Stroud gets it back. Meadows shoots and hits it. Good hustle, though, by Stroud. Quakers 74-49. Osborne, little hesitation, drives down the lane, missed the layup, and Bowling with a rebound. And we are down to our final 43 seconds. Well, Earlham had to win tonight. They've done so. And now Saturday will be even bigger. Stanley back once again to Bowling. Her three-pointer's no good at 9 on the shot clock. So now the shot clock can go off. 22 seconds to go. Osborne turns it over. Bowling will get it for the Quakers, and now you just hold it. So this one is going to be in the books for the Quakers. A much-needed win, and they will get it here tonight as the Quakers win it 74-49. As Earlham picks up the win, they're now 6-11 in the HCAC. Depending again if those other ones go final tonight, they're going to be in good shape for that number 6 spot. And a reminder coming up on Saturday, Mount St. Joe here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Mount St. Joe will come in. They're trying to battle for that final spot. So will Franklin and Manchester. It's going to be fun to see what happens in the next couple of days. Quakers win it tonight. Your final score, Earlham 74, Defiance 49. Thanks for being with us. This has been Earlham Women's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.